How are you? Um, so I've been thinking about this for, excuse me, ever since Jimmy Kimmel came back. I thought it was weird when his show was suspended. Well, he was suspended. The show was suspended. Uh, how so many people took issue with it because they felt like it was a threat to their freedom of speech. And so everybody felt like that just caused everybody, so many people to cancel all of these networks, Disney and whatever else, Hulu and whatever else they had. And people started canceling them in droves, talking about it's freedom of speech, it's for freedom of speech. I'm starting to feel like how many people really watch Jimmy Kimmel like that? And who kicked this off first? There's like always some kind of bots or something to kick this stuff off to make it seem like there's a real movement happening. And then you start to get real people that's joining in. But I feel like when people start doing stuff like this and responding to certain things, like I'm starting to realize, but that's because I listen to certain things that could be considered conspiracy because it's conspiracy because the mainstream media will never give you the truth. So it's going to just be called conspiracy. Anything that is really the truth is going to be conspiracy because the mainstream media will never tell you the truth. There are other entities that feed off of your emotions, and it does not always have to be sadness, and it does not always have to be fear. There are certain entities that feed off of emotions, and the way people will provoke to react. Mr. Kirk too, but I've been talking about him for a few times. I don't want to keep talking about him, but that definitely happened with Mr. Kirk. The way people reacted with Jimmy Kimmel, was a little odd for so many people, including, Black people. Everybody, people that I thought don't even watch Jimmy Kimmel. Young women like Generation Z's that I like, do you watch him? Like, they just all cancel. It's our freedom of speech. But you have other YouTubers whose page was taken down for telling the truth. And you didn't decide to just leave YouTube alone because they taking down other folks' channels who's telling the truth. Have you left YouTube alone yet? And Jimmy Kimmel wasn't giving any kind of truth. He was making a joke about Donald Trump, basically talking about how much he really didn't care about Charlie Kirk, and he's calling Donald Trump fake. And that's what he was suspended over. But I've been said, I believe that whole thing was a setup. I believe Jimmy Kimmel is an A-lister. I believe he's in the know more than regular people who just working regular jobs. Or maybe even if they're running a business, they're not in that type of crowd. They're not in the circles that Jimmy Kimmel run in. So they don't really know what's up. I think Jimmy Kimmel was already aware that this was going to happen. I think that he was part of it. I think this was all a plan. This could have very well been a test run to see how well they're able to mind control people. I think they continue to see how well they're able to mind control people because I feel like they are preparing people to be robots. They are preparing people. They keep doing this to see how well people will have a hive mind. That's why I say, who kicked off this thing? Who really kicked it off was saying they're going to stop their. So who started that? Because a whole bunch of people just started canceling their subscriptions, and that don't even, to me, something's off about that because people don't care that much. If people really wanted to, have outrage over something, it should have been the year 2020. It should have been the year 2021. It should be going on when this digital ID is going to be about to come out. And what I'm saying is I never ever see people go against the grain when it comes to things like that. When it came to the shot, when it came to the lockdown and all of the other stuff, and I just never really seen them protest or just go against the grain or boycott or anything like that. I never seen them put up a fight. And I'm talking about people in general, specifically United States of America. I'm not talking about anywhere else, because it was some countries where the people weren't having it. That's how I can know some people in other countries are more free thinkers. I think people in the United States of America are more under mind control, because it's been some major things happening that was forced on people that could possibly jeopardize their health. And there was not pushback. But Jimmy Kimmel gets suspended from his talk show, and everybody goes and just cancel Disney and Hulu. It sounds like mind control. It sounds like somebody kicked this off that was some kind of an agent or something, like purposely had a whole bunch of people kicked it off, and then had the rest just follow. The rest of the people just follow the crowd, like having a hive mind. And now that Jimmy Kimmel is back, I wonder if they renewed their subscriptions with Disney and Hulu. I wonder if they renewed it. There still really is no freedom of speech, because there's a lot of people that's not able to say what they want to say. Like, it's a lot of people that have lost their channels off of really getting to the truth. People have lost their channels, and their lives have been threatened. Their families have been threatened. Okay. So you really don't have freedom of speech like that. When you really, really start to tell the truth, they're going to silence you. They're going to shadow ban you, or just you'll lose your whole page altogether. Or you might have people following you. So no, that didn't seem right that so many people were willing to cancel their subscriptions. It sounds like there was somebody that kicked things off, a few people that kicked this off that was a part of the agenda. And, they went viral, possibly on TikTok, even though they are part of the agenda. These few people might have gone viral on TikTok, and because people go viral like that, it gets in other people's head, oh, let me follow. And that gets everybody's emotions going. Okay. But I feel like, number one, you have other entities that feed off of people's emotions. But then you have, I also feel like this is a test run to see how much people are going to follow. Because this sounds like most people were just followers than they actually cared about Jimmy Kimmel. And now that he's come back, I wonder if people renewed their subscriptions to Disney and Hulu. So in a way, I just want to say that right quick, that it was just giving mind control. Okay, that whole situation was giving mind control. And that being said, I'll talk later.